I do want to get into the 3 video mistakes that is costing you followers, subscribers, and leads. So if you're taking notes, here's where you want to go ahead and take notes. So the first video mistake that you're making is you don't know what product you're selling. You don't know what products you're selling. There's a lot of you on here. You're selling coaching programs. You're selling 5-day challenges. Some of you are selling products on TikTok Shop, and people aren't buying the way that you expected them to because you think that that's what you're selling. But that's not what you're actually selling. I remember reading a book last year or maybe 2 years ago called Pitch to Win by John Cohen. And he talks about the number one product that he is selling. The number one product in the world that he's selling is, drum roll, please, himself. That is the number one product that he is selling. It is himself. So a lot of you keep leading with, I host retreats and I have a coaching program that's 90 days and I have an intensive workshop that's 2 days. Nobody cares. They do not care. What they want to know is, are you going to be the person to help them get to their transformation? And how are you going to help them do that? People buy people, not products. I know you all like to think they do because TikTok is set up like a home shopping network, but people are buying you. How can you help them? Right? So how can you shift your messaging so that now when you're putting out your content, you're showing you and how you can serve them? You're being personable. This is how you create deep connections with your audience. This is how you create real relationships with your audience. Energy is transferable. I know there's a lot of you in here, you know this. Energy is transferable. So how can you transfer your energy through your videos? And what energy do you want to transfer? And I want to give you an example. Imagine this, your dream clients finding you on social media every single day, not just through referrals. They're commenting on your post saying, how can I buy from you? How can I work with you? You're landing more opportunities, speaking engagements, high profile podcasts. Your name is circulating in rooms that you once only dreamed of. And best of all, you're living out the vision God gave you. You're reaching thousands, blessing the people He sent your way, and finally seeing the fruits of all the sacrifice that you've made to build this business. But then you wake up and suddenly reality hits. I don't actually know how to make that happen. That's where social media comes in, not to replace what's already working, but to add a powerful, consistent stream of leads to your business. That's exactly why I want to personally invite you to the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. In just 5 days, you'll learn how to create content that attracts, nurtures, and converts without hopping on trends, dancing for no reason at all, or lip syncing your way to virality. Yeah! Instead, we teach Bible marketing secrets, the same strategies that Jesus used to amass a massive following and convert those followers into believers. Join us now. The link is in the comments, or you can head to contenttocashchallenge.com and join us for the VIP experience. Now back to the training. I always tell people this, Will Smith is my godbrother. Not really, but in my head he is. Based off the shows that he has done, based off the content he has done, I feel like I really know him. And I never met him a day in my life. When you are putting out video content, you want the people to feel like they actually know you, even though they've never met you. This is how you're going to be able to get the leads, the sales, and the follows. If you can make people feel like they are your best friend just from them watching your videos, now you've got true connection. Now you've got deep relationship. But here's the thing. I'm not saying anything different that you didn't already know, because you already have a desire for this. You have a desire for people. If you didn't, you wouldn't have started your business. You started your business to make an impact, and not just any old impact. Who am I talking to right now? You can just drop a me in the chat if I'm talking to you. Who am I talking to right now? You started your business to make an impact, and not just any old impact. The impact that you want to make is that you want to change lives. You want to transform lives. You want to heal people. You want to help people get rich. You want to help people have great relationships. That is why you started your business. And here's the thing. You starting your business is going to make you famous. You want to know why? And I'm not talking about fame where it's like everyone knows your name. You're going to be all over the place like Beyonce. I mean, some of you may be, but it's going to make you famous to the person that you have changed their life. And that's what a lot of you want. You just want to hear at the end of the day, well done, good and faithful servant. That's what you want to hear. And so the only way you get to hear that, the only way you get to hear, you changed my life, you really helped me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have fill in the blank, is if they could actually find you. They got to be able to find you first. The second point is you have a resistance to video content. So you don't want to show your face. How many of you on here are like, I just want to do faceless content? Because you see so many faceless brands that are built, that are exploding, right? But it's because you have a resistance to video content. It's not because I don't want to show my face because it's popular. It's just because I feel a type of way about myself. Whether there's a fear of being judged, there's a fear of being embarrassed. You don't want people to truly see you. And let me tell you right now, you cannot increase visibility if you don't want to be seen. Your body will never go against what you believe. So if you believe, I don't want no one to see me, I don't want people to know things about me, then you will never do the thing that it takes in order for you to become visible. That's a true thing. That means that there's some of you on here right now where you have a limiting belief. There is something inside of you. I don't want to be seen. I don't want them to know this about me. And so because of that, when you're putting out your content, you're not bringing your very best. You're putting out invisible energy. Can somebody write that in the chat? You're putting out invisible energy where people are not going to be attracted to your videos. They're not going to be able to see you. That's what's behind a lot of people. Not saying everyone. That's what's behind a lot of people who want to put out faceless brands. It's like, I just don't want people to see me. And why is that? Are you living a secret life? Are you doing something in secret that if it comes to light, you're going to be embarrassed about it? A lot of you in here are saying, no, that's not it. So that means there's something that you believe about yourself, that maybe you feel like you're not good enough, or maybe you feel like you're not worthy enough, or maybe you feel like people won't like me. I was having a conversation with someone yesterday where she has a great brand. The only problem is she's the best kept secret you ever heard of when it comes to makeup. No one knows her. And she doesn't want to put out the video content because for her, it's like, this is my baby. If I put this out here and you say something about it, then I'm going to feel away. But the reality is we are over here holding on to our business and our content like it's us. It's not. It could be an extension of us, but it's not us. When people say things about it, negative things about it, when people ignore it, they're not ignoring you. They're just giving you feedback. This is just something I'm not interested in. And if we don't get out of the mindset that tells us we're not good enough, some of us are carrying shame. I'm going to raise my hand on that one. I have shame because I'm like, man, I thought my life was going to be different. I thought I was going to be doing something else by the age of 37. I'm not going to front. By 37, I thought I was going to be CEO of NBC and married already and welcoming my first child. That was my life. That was my story for my life. There are some of you here, you're just starting your business and you feel embarrassed about it. You're like, how could I have spent this much years in my 9 to 5 only for me to walk away not feeling impactful at all? And so that's showing up when it comes time for you to shoot videos. Now you're like, I need to hide. I want you to think about this, right? Some of you on here, you're Christians, you know the Bible. And I want you to think about this, right? In Genesis, after Eve ate the mango off the tree. Yeah, I said mango. After Eve ate the mango off the tree, I like saying mango because the Bible doesn't actually say what fruit she ate. And in my mind, no one is giving up their eternity for an apple, but for a mango, I can see that. I'm Jamaican, right? Right. So after Eve ate the mango off the tree and she gave it to her husband, what was the first thing they did? Does anyone know? If you don't know, it's okay. I'm going to tell you. But what was the first thing they did? After they ate the mango off the tree, what was the first thing they did? Does anyone know? For any Bible scholars, if you don't know, it's okay. But we're just doing a quick test and then I'll give you the answer, right? The first thing they did was they hid themselves. They recognized, I'm naked. That's shame. I'm naked. And I need to hide myself. So they sewed fig leaves to cover themselves. There's a lot of you operating in that shame energy. And that's why you're not showing up and doing video content. You're hiding yourself. You're playing small. because you're afraid that if you get found out, something bad is going to happen. Whatever story you're telling yourself. But we want to get out of that shame energy and post the content that's going to attract our dream clients. Why? Because Jesus said, my sheep know my voice and another they will not follow. There are people who are attached to your voice and they refuse to work with anyone else but you. They refuse. Okay, now they're just doing construction. They're doing all the stuff in my space today. So hopefully you all can hear me. But they refuse to work with anyone else but you. And I'll prove it to you. I remember I had someone come to me. This was a couple of years ago. She said, Star, I want to work with you. I said, all right, cool. Here's the price. She said, that's too high. That's too much for me. And I said, that's okay. Go out, sell your stuff, and come back to me. She went out. 6 months later, she came back. She said, Star, I really am learning so much. I want to work with you. I said, okay, great. Here's the price. She said, I already told you I can't afford that. I said, that's cool. Go out, sell your stuff, come back to me, right? She goes out. She comes back 6 months later. So this is 1 year now total. And this time she brings a friend. She's like, oh, yes, Star, I got a friend and I want to work with you. We both want to work with you. I said, great. This is the price. She said, girl, I already told you I can't afford that. I said, that's okay. Go out, sell your stuff, come back to me. Guess what? She came back 2 days later. She booked 6 clients and paid in full for the program. What did that teach me? That taught me that she was attached to my voice and she wasn't going to work with anyone else but me. Not only that, other people recommended her other coaches. And she's just like, nope, I want to work with Star. There are people who are attached to your voice. They won't work with anyone else but you. And they know it. That's why they're restless right now. So please help them by putting out the content that actually attracts them. Put out the content that speaks their language. Put out the content that lets them know how they can opt in to work with you. And stop hiding behind, I'm just not good at videos. Oh, I feel icky selling on camera. These are all excuses for you to stay in the same place that you are now. But you have been called higher. So when will you accept the calling?